Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're a new viewer, hello, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I apologize for the bit of light there coming through. The sun is shining, and if you hear a beep or fire or smoke alarm, is the battery's running low, so it's beeping every 15 seconds. I apologize for that if you can hear it. We have to get a new battery, is basically what I'm saying. So anyways, my hair is a mess again because I forgot to brush it. I did have a shower, so it's all clean, but I forgot to brush it. So it's a mess. But anyways, I digress. So today I'm going to do a video that has a bit of a knitting update as well as some books I've been reading. So it's kind of a mixture of both. So we'll get the knitting out of the way first because I really want to show you. I just finished the first panel of the Eyelet Skirt by Laurel Murphy. She's the designer. And I finished the first panel. I have 4 panels to make altogether. And yeah, I'm excited. I learned how to do a 3-needle bind off. Man, that took me forever to do. It's not hard, but it took me forever to do. But I like it. I like it. I've never done it before, so I had to Google it. I had to YouTube it. I will recommend the Knitpick, not Knitpick, Very Pink Knits. That YouTube channel has both a normal speed 3-needle bind off tutorial as well as a slow speed knitting bind off 3-needle bind off tutorial, which is the one I used. And so it's Very Pink Knits. If you want to go to their channel, they have tons of knitting tips and tricks. So it's not the best. I did make some mistakes and I did modify a bit, but let me stand up and show you so far, which is, this is the right side. Okay. Sorry, I'm wearing a dress. It's not summer, but I want to wear a dress. So this is the skirt so far. You can see, I don't know if you can see the, yeah, you can see the lace work. There's my waist, so it's about the right size, and it goes down to just above my ankles. I love it. Of course, it's curled, it's not blocked or anything. The 3-needle bind off makes this little hemline, which I like. So that's the wrong side. This is the side that will show when you're wearing it. So my problem is that I have a little bit of problems. First, the decreases on the lace, I did a bit wrong because I didn't realize I was supposed to be decreasing at the time of doing the patterns because I didn't read the whole pattern, which I should have. Because it says, halfway through the pattern, it says, while doing these rows, make sure you do decrease rows on such and such and such. And I didn't do the decrease rows. So I decreased it later on. So I think it works. But let me show you. So it's this long. What was I going to show you? Oh, so if you look, it's wider on bottom, which I like. Now, they say to do 4 panels, so the other panels will be here, but I don't need it that big. I mean, I don't think I need it that big, because it goes like right around. I mean, when I sew them together, maybe it'll be okay. I don't know, what do you think? Is there any knitters out there who know? Because it says to do the other 2 more panels, so the side panels, the same as this one. But I think it's too big for my side, for the side panels. On the waist. I guess when I sew it together, I can like sew it here. I don't know. I'm going to do it the way it says to do it and just see. I'm doing the size 1X size, and I think this will fit in the front and the back good. But they don't do extra decreases on the side, and I'm like skinnier on the side, so I don't know. I don't know. But I do love this pattern. It's very fun. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I will link it below for you. Okay, let's get started with the books, because that's probably what you're here for. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I've got 103 subscribers now. Yay! Very exciting. And I just got to move the camera a bit. So, oh, no, that's not comfortable. I'm very sore. I went babysitting a couple days ago, and I did a thing again where I lifted him. He's pretty heavy. And I lifted him, and I just bent over and lifted him instead of bending from the knees, and I hurt my back. So I'm very sore. But I feel better today. Oops, sorry. I feel better today than I did yesterday. So I'm in the middle of so many books. It's ridiculous. But I did finish 2 books recently. One of them was The Orphan's Tale by Pam Jenoff. This is a historical fiction. I'm really into historical fiction lately. I've been listening to Susan Meisner's audiobooks as well. I'm sorry, I'm moving my camera. The books by Susan Meisner, I've been enjoying those, and I enjoy Pam Jenoff's writing. Pam Jenoff does, again, historical fiction based around World War II most of the time. This book, I made it all the way through until the very end before I started crying, and then I just sobbed like a baby. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, it was ugly crying. I mean, it was a really good book, though. Very emotional, though. And this is about a 16-year-old Noah, and she got kicked out of her house when she got pregnant by a German Nazi guy. And she had to give up her baby. And she's alone working at a bus station. Not a bus station. What station is it? A train station or something. And it's just during World War II. And what happens is this load of... I'm not very good at giving reviews. I'm so sorry. This truckload of newborn babies, like Jewish newborn babies, she finds this truckload of newborn babies that are being basically taken to concentration camps and killed, and most of them are dead in the cargo. And I have to tell you, it was a very sad scene. It was very emotional for me. So just a trigger warning for that. It's a very hard scene to read. She goes to look in there, and a bunch of the babies are dead, and it's just really hard to read. But she finds this one baby who's crying, and she decides to rescue him. So she takes him, and she runs away with the baby. And at the same time, there's a lady named Astrid, who is a circus performer during the World War II. She is a Jewish lady hiding through the circus. The circus is hiding her, and she's a trapeze artist. So Noah, the other girl, comes upon the circus, and so the owner takes her on, and he doesn't want to leave her alone with her baby brother. She says he's her brother, and she joins the circus, basically, and it's very heart-wrenching. It's got a lot of circus talk in it, which I loved. There's romance, there's tense times when the Germans come to look for Jews, and Astrid has to hide, and Noah can't tell them about her adopted son, not legally adopted, but she can't tell them about him because he's Jewish, and, you know, he'd be killed. So, I mean, I'm laughing. I'm not laughing because he'd be killed. I'm just thinking, like, what an impossible situation, right? Like, how do you handle that? Anyways, it's a beautiful book. It's got some really sad scenes. It's got some funny scenes as well. It's got some wholesome scenes. It's about friendship between Astrid and Noah, about the love they have for each other. It's got one... I'm going to do a spoiler review later on, so watch out for that video. But there is one scene that just got me in the guts as someone who's always wanted to be a mother. And it's just... oh my gosh, it was just amazing. So this book was really well done. At the end, I cried again. Like I said, I made it to the end before I started falling, and then I found out, I read the author's note, and this book is because she did research and found out there were circuses during World War II that hid Jews. And they talk about one specific guy that got a medal for it or something. It's just an amazing book. It's really well told. Pam Jenoff writes gut-wrenching stories. So if you like historical fiction, if you want to be ripped apart, your heart ripped apart, but at the end it's hopeful and it's very beautiful, and I loved it. So read that. I started this actually in December, finished it in January. So on that note, I'm still reading The Woman with the Blue Star, which is another Pam Jenoff book. This was a large print too, which I love that my library has a lot of large print books because I'm getting old and my eyes aren't the best. This is another large print. I'm on page 358 and there are, let's see how many pages. 502 pages, so another about just over 100 pages to read. I'm loving this. This book is about again, 1942, and Sadie is 18. She lives with her parents in Krakow, Poland during World War II. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Krakow, I don't know, Poland. And the Nazis come to arrest and everything of the Jews, and she's a Jew, so her family goes, and this isn't a spoiler, they take refuge under in the sewers. So they go underneath the roads, someone leads them there, and they live there for a few years, I think. And it's all about them dealing with living in the sewers, because that's the only place they can live. I mean, even then they don't feel safe because people can hear them and they can't make noises, the stink of the sewer. And there were people who did that, who lived in sewers, and these people are so brave. Anyways, the story is about Sadie who lives there, and then she also has a friend, Ella, who sees Sadie through what do you call them? Those rain things in the pavement? Can't think of what they're called, but she sees her. So they become friends, and she talks to her and brings her food and stuff, and it's just a beautiful friendship. Again, a story about friendship. I love that. There's a bit of romance in here as well, and it's just really good. So The Woman with the Blue Star, I haven't finished it yet, but I will give a review when I'm done. I'm also reading The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. This book, first of all, it's a Jane Eyre retelling by Charlotte Bronte. I like that. I wish I didn't know that, though. I mean, I shouldn't have told you, because now you know. But everybody talks about it being a Jane Eyre retelling. But the twist would have been more shocking in the beginning if I didn't know there was a Jane Eyre retelling. But, I mean, it kind of tells, The Wife Upstairs kind of tells what it is. But I'm enjoying this book. It does have a lot of swear words in it, and I don't like that. But it's a really good book. I'm enjoying it. It's a thriller. It's about a girl who she's a dog walker in this fancy place called Thornhill, this country estate kind of thing, and where rich people live. And she meets Edward, what's his last name? Rochester, I think. Eddie Rochester. You know, Jane Eyre again. Her name's Jane. She's going by Jane. You don't know her real name, which is kind of suspicious. I'm kind of suspicious. But it's just, I won't go any further than that. But basically, it's a Jane Eyre retelling, so you can guess The Wife Upstairs, what that means. Just a slight little hint. So I'm enjoying this. I'm wondering who Jane really is and why she fell in love with Eddie and why she's moving in, becoming rich and taking his credit card and stuff. And I'm wondering if she has something to do with a murder that happened earlier. So I don't know. I'm enjoying this. Again, quite a bit of swear words, but it's pretty good. And then I did finish another book this month. I actually finished 5 books this month. I don't remember the other books I read. I'll have to I'll have to look up online on my spreadsheet to see what I read. But I've decided, I know that Sarah at the Bookish Knitter does a childhood favorites kind of thing. So does Lala at Kayla at Lala and her books, or Lala's books. I can't remember her channel's name. Books and Lala. That's her channel. She does a childhood favorites where she does a vlog reading all her childhood favorites from different years. Sarah is doing kind of a year-long thing where she's reading some of the books she read as a teenager. I decided to do that as well, and I picked for one of the series, I'm going to do a whole video about the series that I'm reading, but one of the series I'm reading is Sweet Valley High, and I bought like 6 Kobo books, ebooks of the first 6, but I found this at a thrift store. It's the #1 of Sweet Valley High, and I'm so excited. I was so excited when I saw it for $2. I was like, yay! So I read this, and I gotta tell you, I read it in about an hour and a half, and I loved it. It's just a short little book. It brought back so many memories of me being like 13 and 14 years old, or even, I think I was older than that. I think I was like 16 when I read Sweet Valley High. I read Sweet Valley Twins first. Sweet Valley High I didn't read till I was about 16 or 17 years old, but I loved it. It's such a dramatic, the kids are so dramatic in this. Being 44 now, it's like, they're so dramatic for no reason, and other than just being teenagers. And there's a little bit of like fat phobia in this. It didn't go well, but other than that, I'm loving it. It's like a teenage soap opera, really, and it's just so much fun. So I read this one. I'm going to read book number 2 probably today. I have it on e-reader again, so like I said, so got that. And it was fun. This is about Elizabeth and Jessica Wakefield, who are twins, and all about their lives and loves and drama, and I just love it. So Double Love is the first book. I loved it. Brought back so many memories of me reading them as a kid. So I think that's it. I'm going to go read for a while. I think I'm going to read, I'm going to try and finish The Woman with the Blue Star by Pam Jenoff today. So there's this book. And then I also want to read at least half of a Sweet Valley High book. Those are my goals. I'm so happy I'm done the first panel in my knitting. And then I just have to start the next panel. So I'm very excited. It worked out really well. Oh, one thing I did want to say about it, back to the knitting. One thing I did want to say is that they say to do 80 rows of stockinette on this part. I only did 56 rows because it's long enough for me. I'm not very tall, and it's just perfect. It goes down to about my ankles, so I think it's long enough. So I only did 56 rows instead of 80, plus the hem, the 14 for the hem. So I'm going to put the project on Ravelry. I'm going to start putting my projects on Ravelry, so I will put a picture and update it and write some notes on it. So look forward to that. If you're not on my Ravelry, maybe I will link it below. You can join me on Ravelry. I did change my name on Ravelry, my username, so I forget what it is now actually. But you can check that out. I will do that soon. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for joining me. And I will be doing a spoiler review of The Orphan's Tale. And again, The Woman with the Blue Star, I will be doing a spoilers review as well. So you can look forward to that. Okay, have a good day. Bye, guys.